Hi, this is Ron Strati and
Rick Solberg.
we're here at Winston Churchill Gym, the game between the Bulldogs and the Medicine Hat Mohawks.
Well, Ron, it should be a pretty good game. One of the best players in the league, Tim Rawlinson, number 8 for the Bulldogs, coming off 63 points a couple games ago. He's going to go up against Medicine Hat's top player, number 24, Mike Hirsch. And I think it's going to be like an outside game versus the inside game of the Medicine Hat Mohawks.
Yes, Medicine Hat has the two big players of Quentin Anderson, number 15, and Mike Hirsch, who are very good inside. And they'll be matched against the outside game. Mike Hirsch inside for 2 points as Mohawks score the first basket of the game. Tim Rawlinson brings the ball back down the floor. Puts it out. It's good for 2.
Like all great shooters, to get off to a good start like that, I'm sure Tim is happy he's got that first shot in the bucket.
Always looking for the first one to carry on. Out of bounds on Medicine Hat. It's the Churchill ball. Tim Rawlinson brings it back down the floor. Ball is blocked. First foul of the game goes to number 12, Jeffrey Locke, for Winston Churchill. Medicine Hat ball on the side.
It's interesting to see the Medicine Hat. It looks like they're double teaming Rawlinson up top. They're playing his zone, almost putting 2 guys right on him, and they know he likes that 3-point play. And already Coach Rawlinson is checking to make sure he doesn't get hit on the shot or after it, and I think that's one of the calls he'll be looking for in the rest of this game.
Yes, after they score, the Bulldogs have been putting on a press since weakness maybe on the Mohawks team in the guard situation. Ball's thrown underneath, out of bounds on Medicine Hat. Tim Rawlinson brings the ball back down the floor. Spots up. It's no good. Rebound by Scott Anderson. Brings the ball back down the floor. Inside to Mike Hirsch. It's up. It's no good. Rebound by Derek Reinhold. So Winston Churchill breaks down the floor. Tim Rawlinson draws the foul. On number 4, Scott Anderson.
That's what makes him so tough right now, is the fact that he can drive with the ball, and because he's got a good shot outside, when he drives, that makes it that much tougher for a defender to go up against him, and I'm sure he's going to draw a lot of fouls.
He's a very smart player. He knows what's going on at all times. He can penetrate at any time. Scott Anderson, no good on his 3. Brother Quentin puts it in for 2 points. And Churchill is trying to fast break as much as they can. Park on Long sinks a 3-pointer. Ball is stolen by Winston Churchill. Long again puts it up, 2 more. Medicine Hat's being pressured. As long as they continue this pressure, it's going to be a downfall to Medicine Hat.
Like you said, their weakness is at the guard position. They've got to get some kind of movement from their guards to offset that press.
Yes. Mike Hirsch for 2 more points. Tim Rawlinson brings it down again, looks underneath. It's a great pass by Tim Rawlinson to hit Carl Kung Long underneath for 2 more points. So Winston Churchill is leading 9-6.
We're starting to see some of the weapons he creates just by being able to drive and shoot the way he does. And his passing game often is left, underrated.
Yes, well, with them double teaming, there'll always be a man open and he'll find that man. Fouls on number 15, Clint Anderson for Medicine Hat. Winston Churchill ball on the side. Tim Rawlinson brings the ball back down the floor for Winston Churchill. Double teams leaving Lung open the whole time. 3 more for him.
Well, for Wong, that's point number 8. He scored 8 of the 12 points. He's showing right now he's a force to be reckoned with.
Yes. Thrown away by Medicine Hat. got a handle in the front court.
Don't pass it in the back court. Here comes.
As long as they continue to double team, there's always going to be a man open. He's shown his points this far. Reinhold scores 2 points. Scott Anderson brings it back down the floor for Medicine Hat. 2 drives. Tim Rawlinson picks up his first foul of the game.
I was just about to say, Ron, that last year when Tim played in Tabor, they would have him at the front of the press. It looks like this year now that Coach Rawlinson has put him in the back so he doesn't pick up too many fouls. A pretty good move there, and plus he doesn't tire himself out.
He's a player who they need the whole game. And nice tip in by Mike Hirsch inside. Makes another nice basket. Rebound by Hirsch. Gartley brings it down the floor for Medicine Hat. Outside to number 11. Jason Adams, 2 for Medicine Hat. 14-10, Winston Churchill leading. Tim drives, puts it up for 2 more.
Now for Rawlinson, point number 6 already, so the 2 guards doing the job right now for the Bulldogs.
Great pressure by Winston Churchill, causing the turnovers that keep them in the lead.
This is what Coach Rawlinson brought from Tabor, this intensity on the defensive end of the boards. And they do an excellent job, and they create a lot of turnovers and get a lot of points off.
As Tim makes 2 more points for Winston Churchill. Technical foul called against Tim Rawlinson, as he is quite a vocal coach. Likes to get his point across.
Well, in all fairness on that last play, Timmy Jr., he jumps in a lot of times when he's taking a shot. He's jumping forward, and you can't penalize the defensive player when he's standing straight up and not moving.
Yeah.
He's not trying to block the shot, he's just standing there. And a lot of times Tim goes forward, gets hit, and goes backwards, and I think that's a situation that happened right there. But I don't know if this will be the first technical tonight. Both coaches, Tim Sr. and Boris Grisnich, have been noted to let their views known to the referees. And this is a veteran crew out here, and they're not going to take too much guff, and they want to keep control of this game.
Clinton Anderson is good on both of the foul shots, as the lead is decreased 18-12. Adams outside again, puts it up, no good. Rebounds. It's good for, that's an amazing basket by Mike Hirsch.
Well, you see right there, the power, the strength of the front line for the Mohawks showed right there, and Hirsch, his 8th point of the game, probably the most spectacular one, and kind of a Hail Mary tip, but it goes.
And that's the 2nd or 3rd basket that has gone in on a tip.
And right now, it looks like we have a problem with the scorekeeper. We should mention the man in gray.
Max Zog.
Your best friends, Ron, I hear.
Yes, as they ref me last year. Max Zog and
Kim Jones. Kim Jones is with the ball right now. I'm not sure what happened here. It's 4-18-14, so everyone seems to be happy.
Half-court press is now on by Winston Churchill. Ball is tipped out of bounds by Winston Churchill. Pressure continues to cause turnovers.
One thing with Churchill, because the gym is relatively small compared to other gyms, they can afford to put a press on, and,
yes,
because the offensive team doesn't have that much room to work with. So it's a pretty good tactic.
Well, Tim Rawlinson is a very good coach, and he'll use whatever he can. Nice job by number 7, Kar Kong Leung, to draw the foul there. Put up the fake, and he went up and drove into him. 14:21 remaining in the first half. Winston Churchill looking to increase their lead by possibly 6 points. First one is good. Long misses his second foul shot.
That call got Boris off the Medicine Hat bench, but it's pretty tough for him to see it from his position.
Derek Reinhold from the outside puts it up for 2 more.
I think what's happening right now, referee Zog is going to tell the white team to leave the basketball alone after the basket because they're touching it so they can set up their press. So it's a pretty good call, especially early in the game.
He's got to take control of the game so we don't get out of hand and have scuffles or whatever may occur. Mike Kirsch continually digging for those rebounds as he gets an offensive foul.
I'll tell you right now, it's only his first foul, but the foul situation is 5-2 against Medicine Hat. So, and we're only less than 7 minutes into this game, so they're going to really have to watch that situation.
Tim Rawlinson drives the baseline, gives it inside. 2 for Jeff Locke. 23-14 for Winston Churchill. Jace Adams trapped in his own end. 5-second violation called on Medicine Hat. Substitutions coming in for Winston Churchill. Chris Harris, Nathan Forsyth, Shandy Toker all coming in. Jeff Locke, Derek Reinhold, and Karakon Loon leaving the game.
Situation that time, Ron, I think the player, he would have been better off to try to dribble at himself out of problems. He was trying to pass over the press, and they're a pretty big man up there, and that's what caused the 5 seconds call.
Another 5-second call, this time against Winston Churchill, as they were not prepared to take an inbounds pass there. Adams with the ball in the corner, swinging around. Adamson driving, turns it over. Toker brings the ball down the floor, gives it to Rawlinson, puts it up. It's no good. Clint Anderson with the defensive rebound. Winston Churchill comes up with the ball. Tim Rawlinson drives. It's no good on the layup. Mike Kirsch with the rebound.
Right now, Rawlinson's a little bit cold here. He made his first shot, but since then he's been shut down pretty good. He does have 8 points, but he's taken a lot of shots.
They took Lung off, and he's been making quite a few, which is kind of a surprise. He's playing strong.
You're right there, Ronnie. It was surprising because he's got more points than Tim right now, and maybe Coach Rawlinson wants to give him some rest, so then later on he can give Timmy a rest.
Come back on and switch the scoring around.
Yeah.
So they can continue to have the strong scoring out there. Chase Adams shooting the foul shots. This is no good. Albert Van Schorst comes up with the rebound. Shandy Toker drives. Puts it up. It's good for 2 points. Shandy Toker also plays baseball for the Lethbridge Jacks. Shortstop.
I can tell you right now, Medicine Hat's getting themselves into some trouble here. They've given up the last 9 points, and now they trail by 11. And you don't want to be trailing on the road, as they're doing right now. So they're going to have to dig down deep here.
Tim Rawlinson makes a 3-pointer. 28-14. Winston Churchill. Press is continually giving problems to Medicine Hat. Inside to Mike Kirsch. Ball stripped away and brought back down by Churchill. Tim Rawlinson puts it up. It's good for 2 more. And 14, Albert Van Schorst getting it.
Well, right now, right now, the guard situation, 13 points for Rawlingson, and Leon, who's on the bench right now, has 9. So 22 of the 30 points from 2 guys, and that's so far the success. And we've already said it. Medicine Hat can't handle the guards because that's where their weakness is, and they're not getting the ball into their big guy Hirsch. He's really had to fight for the 8 points he's gotten so far.
Well, I don't think Winston Churchill can match him inside, so they've depended on the outside game, and it's come through for him so far. As long as they continue to hit those outside shots, everything should go well for him.
And the other thing, too, because the Medicine Hat doesn't have someone that can shoot from the top of the key, the zone is collapsing right on Hirsch, and like you say, he can't move around there, and he isn't getting the ball. And basically, 3 of his 4 baskets tonight have been on rebounding situations.
Yes.
So I think if Boris Grisnich is telling one thing to his team is to try to spread it out and maybe get Mike the ball in his hands.
They've got to work. They have to work on the inside because they have Clinton Anderson in there too, who hasn't done much either. Who usually has.
Well, when you got 2 people that size on your front line, if one's getting double teamed, the other one should be going man on man, and he should be able to take his guy to the boards every time. So the job for the Mohawks is to get the ball into one of those 2 guys' hands.
One of them should be open every time. Even if they do have someone on them, the height's going to be a variation. So Tim Rawlinson for 2 more. Charge call against Clinton Anderson. Drove the baseline. Boris Grisnich protesting the call.
And he's getting what he deserved. Like I said, there's going to be many of these tonight. There he just got number 2, so now as he throws the bottle down and came very close to getting the heave-ho out of this game, and that's the last thing Medicine Hat needs is to lose their coach with 11 and a half minutes to go in the first half. We're going to see a lot of foul shots right now.
Tim Rawlinson catches it. He will be taking 4 foul shots?
4 foul shots. I unofficially have Medicine Hat under the bonus, so
and that will hurt them with 11 and a half minutes remaining in the first half.
They get possession.
Medicine Hat is falling behind pretty good. And they've got to do some drastic changes if they want to get back in this game.
Like I think number 4, Anderson has to take charge here and try to settle down the offense up at the top of the key and set something up. They're not setting anything up.
They have to start working on something. Shandy Toker puts it up. It's rejected by number 15, Clinton Anderson. A lot of block shots should come Medicine Hat's way because of Anderson and Hirsch inside. Clinton Anderson, nice alley-oop there from number 10, Bill Bruce.
Well, they end an 18-0 run by the Bulldogs.
Beautiful pass by Tim Rawlinson. Nathan Forsythe puts it down and draws the foul. Rawlinson led the league in scoring last year and looks like he could do it again this year. Some very high-scoring games so far.
Well, he's already had 63 in one game this year and
56 in another.
So easily over 30. He's the kind of guy, he's not the one you have to worry about. It's the rest of them you have to worry about. He's going to get his 30, 40 points a game. But like what's happening is he's passing off and dishing out to the other guys, and they're getting some buckets too.
See, if Medicine Hat's going to let Rawlinson shoot those, they've got to stop the other players from scoring. As Rawlinson makes 2 more and draws another foul. It's very frustrating playing against Tim Rawlinson because he can make the shots and draw the foul, and it's very frustrating as you play against him. And you hear about it too, because he'll give you a little snicker or whatever,
That's right.
which helps his game.
People seem to forget it. He's only in grade 11, and he's been playing 4A type of ball this is his year number 3. Of course, when he was in grade 9, he wasn't playing regular season. He was playing in the tournaments. But, you know, he's a veteran, but he's only in grade 11. And next year,
look out, because
things could even be worse for the rest of the league, because if he's averaging 30, 40 points now, it's going to be hard to be able to stop him. But like I say, you know, you don't want to, when you come into a game against Winston Churchill, the thing is you don't try to stop Tim Rollinson. You just stop the 4 other guys in the court. Right. And not one guy's going to beat 5 guys, but right now
he may score as 40 points, but if you can shut the other guys under double figures, then you should be able to win the game. But as far as stopping the other guys, Medicine Hat has not accomplished that tonight.
Well, unofficially, and these are strictly unofficial stats, 23 points already out of the 41. So on this pace, we've only played 1/4 of this game. He's on pace to have 80 points, which is unheard of. And you know, if he gets on near halftime and he's over 40 points, and we'll be looking at that record set by Bonnie at 69 points. And, that would be something to keep our eyes on.
Yeah, Richard Bonnie scored that against LCI 2 years ago, which was amazing. I could not believe it when I heard it. And if he keeps up the way he is, he could be breaking that tonight. Foul to Winston Churchill's number 13, Shandy Tolker. Offensive push on him, so. Medicine Hat's going to start cashing some points if they really want to get back in this game. Trailing 42-16. Hirsch thought something should have been called there. As you could tell us, he was looking at the refs for some sort of recognition on that.
Not only did he ask for a foul there, he traveled and they didn't catch both of them.
So maybe they made up for the call, I don't know.
Now refs don't do that.
Certainly not this one. Three-pointer. It's good for number 10, Bill Bruce. He's hit 2 outside shots.
That's what they need. They got to spread out the zone and give Hirsch a chance to get some breathing room. And one more, and I'm sure that's going to get on Tim Rollinson's mind.
If he keeps cashing him, then they will spread out and they will work inside him. That's what they got to do. Tim Rollinson makes another 3. Outstanding. He started out good and had a little dry spell there. Hit it back good now.
How many turnovers has Medicine Hat given? We don't keep that stat here at the desk here, but
it's going to be around 20 so far.
They have given up the ball a lot. And it's really not that difficult of a press. I think what they might want to do is maybe bring Hirsch up near the jump circle here at center court and try to break it that way.
Yes, if they bring their big guys on the other side of half and maybe try to feed it to them, then they can get their guards past and look towards the other end.
Yeah.
Derek Reinhold with the ball for Winston Churchill. Gives it back to Tim. It's a long 3. He errs the 3-pointer. Tim again for 3. Short. Scott Anderson gets the rebound. 45-21, Winston Churchill leading. It's no good. Winston Churchill gets the rebound. Stolen by Mike Hirsch. He's fouled on the shot. Number 12, Jeff Locke, picks up his.
It looks like it's his first foul round.
Okay.
You see that what Hirsch does so well, once he gets the ball in the paint, he's got so many moves that you can't guard him one-on-one, and you need help. And Coach Rollinson was telling his players that just then, you got to give the guy a hand, the defender on Hirsch, because there's no way anyone's going to guard him one-on-one once he gets the ball in the paint.
That's true.
He's either going to score 2 or get the foul, just as he did that time.
That's true. I'm sure that there's hardly anyone in the league who could maybe take Hirsch one-on-one because of his size and his moves. He's fairly quick for his size and uses it to his advantage.
And all the big men in the league, he shows the most composure. He doesn't get rattled in a situation. And, I've seen evidence of it tonight, and he really hasn't got frustrated. And it'll be his leadership if Medicine Hat's going to get back.
Yes. Any sort of comeback will be because of Mike Hirsch. Tim Rawlinson drains another three. This is amazing. He's hit him very well as he steals the ball. Draws another foul. No good on the attempt, but draws another foul against Medicine Hat.
The thing is, why?
Why foul him if he's, he's going to
and
make
the other
it
thing,
easy.
too, is here's a guy that's got 25 points already in the game, and he's being left alone at the top of the circle. It's unbelievable why they don't maybe try like a boxing one and just put a shadow on him. Because he has been known in the past to get frustrated when he's closely guarded, and some of the best success against Tim Rawlinson is to have a taller guy on him, somebody that's bigger, and have somebody help the bigger guy who tries to drive. And that's something they have good success against him.
Clinton Anderson from the outside sinks it. Two more. 50-23. Winston Churchill leading with 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Lung puts it up. Good for 2 more. Lung comes back on, starts sinking in shots. He steals the ball. Toker puts it up. It's no good. Out of bounds on Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill's looking to break the 100-point barrier, as they should pull probably close to 70 at the rate they're going in the first half alone. Mike Hirsch with the rebound.
Well, right now with 52 points, I don't think they're in any danger of not getting 100.
Traveling violation against Shandy Toker.
I think if we get an opportunity, Ron, to get a shot of the Winston Churchill bench, there's no doubt they go with 6, 7 guys from the majority of the game. Because we're looking at 3 guys in the end of the bench that aren't even coming close to getting on the floor right now, and they've got a 30-point lead just about. So this team with one weakness I've seen so far is the lack of depth, and they could get into trouble.
Yes.
In a tough ball game.
If by chance that Winston Churchill gets into foul trouble, that might hurt them in the long run in this game. Mike Hirsch goes to the line. Shooting the bonus. It's good on his first one. 52-24 for Winston Churchill. It's good on the second one also. Tim Rawlinson draws another foul. I think he's drawn the bonus himself on all these fouls.
He's drawn a lot of fouls, but there's our first indication of Medicine Hat putting the guy on him. It looks like Brad Garthy has got the dubious on it, trying to stop him. He's going to need some help.
And if Tim continues to draw fouls, he may be looking at someone else pretty soon. Tim is not successful again. Scott Anderson throws it under his knee. Here's Clinton Anderson. So it goes through his hands. That was a nice look. A brother connection there, but that's what they have to do if they want to get back in this. Jeff Locke drives, makes it 2 more points. Tim Rawlinson trying to razzle the Medicine Hat players, and it's his strategy, and it's going to work. If he gets to them, it will work. Chris Harris comes into the game for number 12, Jeff Locke.
Not sure that foul was on. It looked like it was on number 11 for Medicine Hat, Jason Adams. Or check that, number 11 for Winston Churchill.
Chris Harris.
It's tough enough. They've had a ton of fouls to give a cheap one to them.
They have to be smart fouls if they're going to take them. So Mike Hirsch is on the line again. Sinks them both. Oh, Tim was looking to shoot that one. Carlung drives it. It's not good. Hirsch gets the rebound. Mike Hirsch is probably looks at double figures in both points and rebounds every game he plays, because he's outstanding in both areas. Coming into the game for Medicine Hat is number 14, Scott Thomas. Leaving the game, Clinton Anderson.
That's Thomas. He's a pretty good athlete, and he plays on the JV squad. He kind of swings on both teams. He's got the ability and the size. He could maybe give Tim Rollinson a challenge here. And maybe this is what Boris Grisnich is looking at. But of course, his first year in 4A League, a veteran like Rollinson might lead him up too. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Scott Anderson throws up the air ball. Winston Churchill's fans have increased a lot. When I played here last year for McGrath, they were lucky to get 15, 20 people, and now the stands are pretty well packed.
They're no strangers to having a star player. They had Seth Adler last year, so it's nothing new for them.
Ken Forbes also played a few years ago and is a fairly good player. (58-27). Winston Churchill out to a huge lead. Thomas is fouled inside. He'll be shooting the bonus, as the foul is on Derek Reinhold. As a hush comes over the crowd. It's one of the only times it's been very silent in this game. It's no good on his bonus. Basket's good by Mike Hirsch. He gets that offensive rebound, puts it down, draws a foul. Mike Hirsch has got quite a few points too.
See, a big guy like him, he spends a lot of time underneath the basket and at the foul line, and he's a pretty good foul shooter for a big guy too. So, Mike Hirsch, like we said, he's one of the premier players in this league.
He's close to shooting 100% from the foul line, if not shooting the 100%. He's been to the line probably 6, 7 times and cashed on almost every one of them. Scott Anderson looking inside, but couldn't get it in there. Puts up the 3. It's no good. Someone besides Mike Hirsch has got to get in there and try to get some rebounds for Medicine Hat. He can get a lot, but he's not going to get all of them.
Yeah, I think that's why they brought Thomas on too. They use his body a little bit.
Yeah. Jason Adams is a pretty big kid, number 11 for Medicine Hat. He's got to get in there and try to get some boards too. Tim Rollinson brings the ball back down the floor. Another 3. It's no good. Thomas gets the rebound.
So these are these little games within a game. Thomas is getting some pretty good playing time now, and he's starting to relax a little bit more.
As long as he keeps doing what he's supposed to, he's going to get more playing time. Mike Hirsch, another rebound, puts it in. Outstanding performance by Hirsch so far. Nice pass to Tim Rollinson. Carlung misses it too. Chris Harris gets a steal, but it's called on the traveling violation. Chris is a second-year player here at Winston Churchill.
That was good hustle, but he definitely did travel. Good call by the referee.
Yes, it was. Jason Adams gives it out to number 10, Bill Bruce. It's no good. Substitution for Winston Churchill. Chris Harris leaving the game. Shandy Toker coming in for Winston Churchill.
Once again, they continually go to their 7 people. I expect that they'll go deeper in that bench as this game wears on. Get some good playing time out of their other 4 players.
They have a 24-point lead. They can afford to give the other players a break, maybe. Mike Hirsch shoots it, gets his own rebound, puts it back in. They've got to box him out. Shandy Toker, baseline, puts it up for 2 more. 60-36. Winston Churchill leading. Seconds closing in, but they got it across center. Shots up, no good. Winston Churchill ball is Scott Anderson knocked it out of bounds.
One thing I'm noticing here, Churchill, especially in this gym, seem to get the other team rattled a bit and playing rat ball more or less, and not a controlled type of game. And they did it against Coaldale when they put up the big numbers, and they're doing it again right now. The teams that can control the game and control the Bulldogs have better success. And I think that's the key to Winston Churchill this year. They've got to play a run and gun style of game to have success.
Winston Churchill is playing a run and gun offense, and it is working for him. Medicine Hat is being pressed, so they don't. Once they get down there, they just usually shoot it. They're not really trying to set up anything. Steal and basket by number 10, Bill Bruce. Tim Rawlinson controlling that Bulldog offense. Mike Hirsch casually gets a rebound again.
There was a great illustration of how he keeps his cool in a tight situation.
He's a very controlled player. Rebound by Thomas, as he's fouled underneath, but controversial call was not made. Thomas gets another rebound, playing very well. It's no good by Scott Anderson. Tim Rawlinson tries, it's no good.
I'll tell you right now, Tim Rawlinson's a tired basketball player. Might be a good time to give him a rest.
Especially with a 22-point lead. They can afford to take him off for the rest of this half. There's only a minute 44 remaining. Timeout is called as Medicine Hat tries to regroup and get something accomplished before this half is over.
Right now, unofficially, Ron, we have Tim Rawlinson with 31 points. Only 3 of those are three-pointers, so he's got a lot of baskets. But we were talking about him maybe breaking the record earlier in the half, but he really has cooled down. And I think one of the things last year was he kind of ran out of gas late in the game sometimes, especially in a tight, close game. It's maybe something that he's probably worked hard on his conditioning, so he doesn't run into the same problem this year. But one of the things, one of the knocks, if he had any last year, was that he played so much basketball in the game that he wore out, and his shots later on in the second half, would fall short or hit the front of the rim. I know you played against him. What did you feel as a player? Did you feel that was happening? Or?
Well, you could Like, they love to run. Tim loves to run, and he'll use it against you as much as he can. And he will run out of gas in the end, but with a lead like this, his father can afford to take him out, at least for this half. Whether he will or not, I don't know, but he can afford to take him out for a while and put him back in so we can get hot again and hopefully look towards breaking that record possibly.
Yeah. I think he's going to leave him in for the rest of this half, and then, play maybe 10 minutes in the next half. See if, unless he's getting close to that record, then he'll probably let him go for it.
I'm sure his father has it in mind too, that record is possible.
What Coach Rawlinson's trying to do here at Churchill is build this program up to the level of LCI.
Yes.
And, he wants when kids play basketball in junior high, when they think basketball, they're thinking Churchill ball or LCI, not just all LCI. And that's what he's trying to do this year. And if, when he's got a star player who can rack up the points, that's the first thing people will read and talk about is the 63 points, the 56 points that
he is from
Tim
Winston
Jr.
Churchill.
scoring.
That'll also help him bring out more fans too.
Like you said, you played in here and it's been pretty quiet in years past. This year,
Yes.
a lot of people.
Long makes another basket for Winston Churchill. I think that's maybe where the rural teams have the advantage over some of the city teams. I know Raymond has been having a basketball program for the kids in grade 4, 5, and 6. And as long as they keep having that, the players will be well developed by the time they're in high school. Junior high, they'll already maybe be stars, and when they get to high school, that's where Raymond maybe has a little bit of advantage over some of the other teams.
I have to agree with you there.
Go watch some of their games at halftime. They've got 20, 30 kids out there shooting. It's kind of fun to watch them. Scramble on the floor, we got a jump ball. A frustrated Medicine Hat team right now. Down 62 to 40 with 35 seconds left in the first half. 40 points by Medicine Hat is still fairly high because most teams...
Wow, that's a good half. You score 40 points in a half, you've done a pretty good job, but they've been out-hustled in this first half anyway.
Definitely.
Especially on this press.
Fast break attempted by Timmy Rawlinson Jr. Knocked away by Mike Hirsch. I think they're going to be looking a little more to Bill Bruce to maybe shoot some more outside shots.
Well, Ron, it's Tim Rawlinson Jr. Unofficially, we have him at 31 points at the end of the half. Mike Hirsch, pretty good half himself, 19 points, of course, unofficially.
They're ahead 62-40 at the half. And quite a high-scoring game. And we're starting second half action at Winston Churchill between Medicine Hat and Winston Churchill Bulldogs. Rick, would you like to give us a rundown of scoring in the first half?
Well, it's 62-40 for Winston Churchill, the big star of the game so far, Tim Rawlinson, 32 points. Kar Kong Leung, I hope I pronounced the name, probably didn't. He scored 15. Here we go right away. Tim with the three-pointer to start things off. For Medicine Hat, Mike Hirsch, he's been the offense for the Mohawks, 21 points. Pretty good half for him, but he's being outshone right now by Rawlinson's 32, or make that 35 now.
Mike Hirsch still in there digging. He has quite a vertical too, and being 6'5" or 6'6", he can do almost anything in there. Tim draws yet another foul.
And I think that's going to go against number 10, Bill Bruce. For him, foul number 4, so there's 19 minutes left to go in this game. He's in serious trouble of getting getting the 5th and disqualifying foul, so he's going to take a seat.
Jeff Locke is the only player for Winston Churchill who's maybe in foul trouble with 3, a couple others with 2, and a couple with 1, but he's got to watch himself too if he'd like to play the rest of the game. Tim Rawlinson goes to the line.
Considering the banging that's been going on, they really haven't had too many fouls.
Yeah. It's a physical game inside, as Jeff Locke just picked up his 4th personal foul. And we could see him sitting down for a while, possibly. As Shandy Toker comes in for him.
Now that's a big foul, because Jeff Locke's one of the bigger players. He's starting center.
As he gets...
Now, if Medicine's going to get in the game, they're going to have to get the ball into Hirsch's hand.
Nice move, but it's not good. Scott Anderson fouling Tim Rawlinson.
And I think what Coach Rawlinson is talking to referee Jones about is maybe an intentional foul, and he came pretty close.
It looked pretty deliberate from here, whether or not it was.
That's a tough call to make.
As he comes up with a steal of his own. Nice layup, 2 more points. Last year when we played Medicine Hat, Mike Hirsch stole a ball from us and went down for a nice dunk. As I'm sure he would do if he gets the opportunity again. Him or Clinton Anderson.
He handles the ball well for a big man, as we mentioned a couple times tonight. Noticing Thomas is back out here again in grade 11, who didn't start this game.
Shandy Toker with his 3rd personal foul. Which could also be a factor. If he goes out and you get him with 4 and Locke with 4, then you've got to keep going down and down in your bench, which they might not have the bench strength to do much in the second half. It's a good thing they got a good lead in the first half.
Nothing's insurmountable.
That's right. Before the shot, foul called on number 13, Shandy Toker. He picks up his 4th personal foul. As him and Locke both have 4 fouls. Chris Harris coming in.
Jinxed him, Ron.
I don't know, maybe if I say that Albert Van Schwartz, number 14, he's got 2. Maybe if he gets another one.
Well, I tell you, if he gets a couple fouls here, Medicine Hat is in this ball game, because the 2 big men will have 4 each. And Hirsch, he's only got 1 foul in this game, and he'll put some fouls on the board against the Bulldogs.
Scott Anderson, it's in there. Draws a foul on Winston Churchill. We'll have to see who this one's on. Maybe it is on Albert. As it is on number 7, Carly Young.
It's called an intentional foul here on Young. So what that's going to do is going to give the Mohawks 2 shots and possession. And right now we're seeing a different pace of this basketball game than we saw in the first half. Things are starting to go the Mohawks' way as they're starting to get the ball inside. They're getting 2, 3 different chances to score the basket, and they're causing a lot of foul problems for the Bulldogs.
Taking advantage of what everything Table give them. But they need to capitalize on the foul shots. Big part of a game. Games can be won on these foul shots. Albert Van Schwartz has improved a lot since last year. I watched him playing JV, and his coordination has come a long way since last year. Rebound by Mike Hirsch. Scott Anderson shouldn't have picked up his dribble right there, possibly. telegraph your pass, and that's going to happen every time.
Coach Rawlinson looking for an intentional foul because he figured his son was going for a layup, but there's absolutely no way he was thinking to score on that play. He was passing off all the way, and you're not going to get an intentional foul on that. As I'm sure he's going to start working the refs here because he feels that his team's lost the intensity a little bit, and he might start working the refs, hopefully get some momentum back.
Tim for three, it's no good. Rebound by Reinhold. It's good as Clinton Anderson fouls him on the shot.
Foul for Anderson, foul number 3, and now he's looking to get himself into some foul trouble. This is a good opportunity now for Coach Grisnes to get some of his bench, but he's got some pretty big boys on the bench he can bring in here and maybe, you know, give him a couple minutes of good quality playing time and give a guy like Anderson a rest so he doesn't pick up his 4th foul.
Because they're going to 16 minutes remaining in this half, they're still going to need him. As Anderson picks up the rebound, passes it off to his brother.
I think that time Mike Hurst thought that was going to be a green ball. He could have easily went for it, but he left it alone. And I'm not sure what the call is here, and then Max Zog is going to call an intentional foul. And I don't know if it's going against Thomas or Hirsch.
There was a skirmish in the back four, in the back court.
It's going to go to Hirsch.
Starting to become like a hockey game. We have to watch both ends to pick up the action.
This is when you need discipline as far as the Medicine Hat's concerned. You know, in the past, I've seen them. They're a good basketball team, but every once in a while they lose control of their emotions and they get frustrated, and they do things away from the basket that gets the other team frustrated. And I think that's what's happening here, and I'm sure referee Max Zog wants to keep control on it and to show them that, you know, there's 4 eyes on every play.
That's right.
You're not going to get away with something behind the play.
Mike Hurst picking up his 2nd foul. He was called for the intentional foul that time. As Tim Rawlinson makes the foul shots. 72-48.
Unofficially, we have Rawlinson at 38 points as we keep track, maybe possible record-breaking night.
He should hit the half-century plateau, though, with the way he's going.
It'll be, what, number 3 this year in league play that he's done that? So
at least number 3. Hirsch gets the rebound. Maybe 2 players to watch with Hirsch and Van Voorst inside. A little bit of elbow action happening. Scartley drives. He was at no position to shoot that, but he threw it up anyways. Derek Reinhold sinks it for 2 more.
Right now, Reinhold, he's playing himself a pretty good basketball game. He's in double figures with 10 with that basket.
Winston Churchill has at least 3 players in double figures.
Ryan, here we go again. This kind of rat ball that they're playing, no control whatsoever. Wisely, Medicine Hat is going to hold things up here. Can't believe they had so much success getting the ball inside, and now they've gone away from it the last couple of minutes.
Inside to Mike Hirsch. It's good as he's fouled on the shot. 74-50. Winston Churchill leading this ball game. Coming into the game is number 10, Bill Bruce.
And Ron, that went on number 14, Van Shorthurst.
Van Shorthurst.
Again, a name I hope I probably butchered pretty good, but that's foul number 3 for him, and he's a big guy, so you almost predicted it. If he gets a couple.
If he gets another one before halfway through the second half, could be some trouble for the Bulldogs. As Hirsch made his foul shot. Medicine Hat ball. Outside, Gartley misses on it. Anderson puts it up. It's good. As he's fouled on the shot. Anderson's been unsuccessful so far at the foul line, but hoping to break that streak.
Right now, if he can pull his team within 20 points, they were 22 at the half, and now they're going to have to start worrying about time. But I don't know about you, but I think they're in better control of this game than they were in the first half.
They're very unorganized in the first half, not really doing much of anything except for picking up the loose rebounds. But now they're playing a more disciplined.
Here, Van Shores is going to pick up foul number 4.
As the Bulldogs are going into trouble. Having to go to the bench again. And the Bulldogs do have Jeff Locke and Shandy Toker and Albert Van Schloss with 4 fouls.
So what you got here, you got both of your big men out with 4 fouls each. They're sitting on the bench. 14 minutes left to go, and Medicine Hat's in the bonus right now. So not only do they have foul trouble against them, the Bulldogs also have to face the fact that now every time they foul, Medicine Hat's going to go to the line, and when you're up, that's the worst thing you can be, the worst situation you can be in, because a team can score points without time coming off the clock. Unless, of course, he misses the foul shot.
Mike Hirsch 2 more, and if Medicine Hat capitalizes on their foul shots, it could be a lot closer than expected from the first half score. Mike Hirsch disagrees with another foul on him. That's 3 for Mike Hirsch. As Max Zog felt he swatted and hit the player. Mike Hirsch is continuing to score the points for Medicine Hat.
You know, this might be a situation maybe to get Anderson back in the game. Clint Anderson and Hirsch can do a lot of damage if they can be in there at the same time. Brisness might be thinking that.
When you have your 2 starting forwards out of the game and your number 1 forward off the bench also pretty much out of the game, you got to be looking at some sort of continued pressure to help fight the Mohawks. Mike Hirsch, 2 more in the middle, 76-57.
So he's having himself a great game, Ron. 30 points now.
Tim Rawlinson draws another foul. Shooting 3 as he was fouled on the 3-pointer. We have some new rule changes this year in the 4A League.
Right now, what's going on is number 12 was given an intentional foul. And I'm not sure if it was a 3-point attempt. If it was, he's going to go up for 3 foul shots and possession. Could be a 5-point play in right now. Referee Kim Jones. See now with Boris picking up 2 quick technicals in that first half. I know he's just a Steven over there, but he can't do anything because he knows he's going to be making a quick exit if he, says one more word.
Referee Max Zog did indicate when he went and recorded the foul that it was a 3-point shot, but it seems as if he's only getting the 2 for that situation.
Well, Timmy just hit the 40 plateau. He went kind of in a dry spell ever since the midway point of the first half. He really hasn't scored that many points.
Anything that an average player would gladly accept.
Ain't that the truth? sometimes that's the trouble with being a star player. You get sometimes taken for granted by the general public.
Any player scoring and averaging 20 points a game. This is the good thing that Tim Rawlinson showing another three-pointer there and counting it. Starting to hit again, which could really put this game away with 13 minutes remaining. He led the scoring last year, averaging 30 points, and he's going to be in the high 30s, possibly low 40s this year.
This is a good situation for him. He's, like I said, he's the main cog in their offensive scheme, and if he gets the opportunity, he can shoot it up any time. You know, when you get the chance to play the whole game and take shots whenever you want to, you're going to score a lot of points.
Yeah. Two more for Tim. Starting to put a good performance on now. Block is called on number 9, Derek Reinhold. That's his second personal foul of the game. Scott drove the side and will be shooting the bonus.
It wasn't too long ago we were talking about them bringing it down to 20. Now it's a 27-point lead, just over 12 and a half minutes left to play. I think Medicine had some serious trouble here. They're going to have to put on a pretty good spurt here to get back in the game.
Nice pass by Tim Rawlinson. 3 seconds in the key violation called. From the outside, Jason Adams. It's no good. Tim Rawlinson's even been getting quite a few rebounds. 2 more points for Carl Lung.
Have you ever heard of having a quiet 17-point night? That's what Lung's done tonight. You know, he started off great guns, but now quietly he's added a couple baskets here and there. He's got 17.
Tim Rawlinson drives again. I know last year, being on the Zenith last year and scoring 20 points is usually fairly good, but you got players that are coming off the bench now this year and hitting double figures quite easily.
You read it in the paper, and they'll only talk about the big stat, whatever Tim Jr. ends up with tonight. There's guys that have played great on the Bulldogs, like Leung with 17 points, like you say. For some, that's a career high, and it just gets, you know, pushed down down the list.
Well, you see, like, Rawlinson scoring is 56 points, but you look at the other stats, and Jeffrey Locke had 22 that game. That's still good for anybody.
That's right. But, you know, I think the Bulldogs, the players themselves understand what they have here. You know, they know who the main man is. They have adapted to it, and they don't get upset when he takes, you know, a lot of shots, because they know sooner or later he's going to dish it off, and they're going to get some easy buckets because everyone's paying a lot of attention to him. So they should be given just as much credit themselves.
Driving is Scott Anderson again. A few whistles ago, we had Donnie Huber coming in for Derek Reinhold. Huber seeing his first action of the game. Rookie player in grade 12, kind of hard to get some playing time when you've got other guys who have been playing for 2 or 3 years of high school.
The thing is that he's the kind of player that's got to realize his role on the team, and whenever he does get the chance to go out there, the first thing on his mind is play good defense. He doesn't have to worry about scoring the points. He's out there to play good defense, hustle, move your feet, and, you know, let the offensive side of the ball take care of itself.
Coming into the game is Clinton Anderson for his brother Scott. And we've got the 2 big men out there again for Medicine Hat, hoping to do something.
They got a big lineup out there right now, but know, it might be too little too late right here.
Medicine Hat has 3 guys that are easily over 6 feet. I don't think Winston Churchill has one that's over 6 feet. Huber for 2 points. Looked for a second there, he was going to get rejected by Mike Hirsch, but then the hand never went out. Quentin Anderson, good for 2 as he double pumps it off the backboard, puts it in. He's fouled on the plans, going to go to the line and shoot 1.
Well, with just over 10 minutes to play, Ron, Anderson becomes only the second Mohawk player to hit double figures. So that was point number 10. It's been a Mike Hirsch show for them tonight, but that's the thing. They just don't have the supporting cast that Tim Rawlinson has tonight.
Yeah. We have 4 players here who should be in the top league in scoring. We've got Tim Rawlinson, obviously, and Hirsch, too. And Clinton Anderson should be up averaging around 20, probably, and Jeff Locke from the Bulldogs will be around there, too. So, some good talent we have here tonight playing.
Well, Ron, that's our first gentleman that's going to leave the ball game in number 12 for Medicine Hat, Brad Gartley. He's gone, but he had a tough job. He had to guard Rawlinson for the most part, and he just picked up a lot of fouls.
With Tim drawing those fouls, also, it'd be hard for anybody to resist or just kind of stay off him because he's such a smart player.
Well, you figure, 90 points with just under 11 minutes to play. Bulldogs have 90 points. How many points do you think they'll get? Or do you think when they get around 5 minutes left to go in the game, they'll stop trying, maybe running the offense and
bringing in all the subs possibly too.
And then kind of, not shooting till maybe 22 seconds have gone off the 30-second clock or something like that? Or do you think they'll?
I think maybe he'll just go all out and try to beat them as bad as possible. I think they'll get around 115 points. That's what I'm guessing.
It's pretty tough too when you have subs coming off the bench to tell them to play control offense.
Bring in the subs, and you got 3 starters sitting on the bench. So. It's Tim Rawlinson sinks another foul shot. It's good again.
Well, with 10:43, Ron, he's hit the half-century mark. That was point number 50.
Scored over half the points for Winston Churchill this year. This game, that is.
Now, you played in the league last year. What was your strategy when you went up against Timmy Jr. when he was playing in Tabor? What was the strategy your team employed?
Well, we had 2 players that were really good on defense, and we tried to keep them on him. We tried the box and chase, as he suggested before. We tried that a few times, and one game we held him to only maybe under 20 points, but I think if you can hold Tim Rawlinson under 20 points, he's done a fairly good job.
I think you're right there too. That'd be a great job, but you need 5 guys, and you can't expect one guy to do it.
I think the Medicine Hat has to capitalize on some of these baskets. They're going down one-on-one and taking a jump shot instead of maybe driving it and getting a foul.
Tinny Senior campaigning for another intentional foul. Wasn't sure what he was talking about because from our vantage point there's like 10 guys in front of us, so it's pretty tough to see what's going on.
Clinton Anderson picking up another foul. That's his 4th. 10 minutes remaining. I'm sure that they will leave him in there trying to get something accomplished.
So what you're getting now here, we have 10 minutes left. This game is getting out of hand, and right now we're taking a look at Hirsch as he's given number 10 of the Bulldogs a piece of his mind, Huber, but we're 10 minutes left in the game. It's just about out of hand. This is the worst situation you could be in as a ref because now emotions might carry into the situation.
As in other sports, you might also see possibly some very cheap fouls or maybe some intent to injure, and that's not what you need, but it does happen.
I'm certain that the two gentlemen are going to keep a close eye on it.
Foul called on Mike Hirsch. As Mike Hirsch picks up his 4th foul.
And he came awful close to getting the technical for number 5 as he kicked that ball in.
As Donnie Huber and Mike Hirsch are exchanging words.
See, they were down there in the key too the last time they foul shot and yakking it up a bit, and I'm sure this is going to be something that as a ref's going to have to keep a close eye on when he comes down the court this time.
Huber is fairly strong. I know from personal experience playing with him on Lethbridge Elks that he could possibly get in there.
Well, that's going to be
disqualifying Mike Hirsch right there. As he picks up 2 technicals and a personal foul.
And you know what happened is the over the back foul is number 5. The 2 technicals go to the bench, which means Boris is going to get the shower right now. I don't know if Boris realizes it. And I'm sure when he finds out that he's out of the game, we're going to see some heated action right now, because he's got some emotion he's been keeping inside this whole second half.
Now what would happen if he continues to get, he can still get fouls, can he not? If he keeps yelling right now?
After the 5th foul, which was over the back, all the technical fouls go to the coach. And they all go to the coach.
Will they go to the assistant coach next, or?
Well,
what would happen in that situation?
Good question. I'm not sure. I think that's...
What happens?
Okay, so I don't know all the rules, but I would think one would go to the assistant coach, because Boris had 2 already, and the first technical goes to number 3, so he's out of the game. So that the second technical would go to the assistant coach.
And what happens if he gets the showers?
Then the captain. You can just go to the captains, and they can be in charge of the team. You know, the game will continue no matter how they're coachless or not.
And with Mike Hirsch fouled out and Clinton Anderson with 3. 2 captains for the Mohawks.
We're going to have
just a possibility.
We'll have 4 foul shots here, Ron, for sure. And I'm not sure if they were in the 1-on-1. Well, with the technicals, they would have been.
I don't know if this is safe to say, but I think Huber's kind of lucky that Mike Hirsch is fouled out, because in a game like this, a fight could break out pretty easy. And if playing against Mike Hirsch, I know he is fairly tough and he's wiry and strong. And he's fairly quick, so you never know. Tim Rawlingston sinking these technical shots.
As we continue to get a foul shot exhibition here by Tim Rawlinson, these are probably the easiest foul shots he's going to have. Now they're going to get possession. 6 foul shots, that could have been an 8-point play. 9:34, this is going to be a long second half.
And I think that Winston Churchill could be increasing their lead by more than 115 that I propose they could have.
Right now, what they've done is they've asked Hirsch, he's been asked to go to the showers.
I think Don Huber's pretty lucky. As Nathan Forsyth eats that one. Clinton Anderson knocks it out of bounds. Winston Churchill breaks the Century Plateau, 101.
Right now, what you're going to have here is you're going to need a lot of composure from your assistant coach to tell the guys to calm down and just play the last 9 minutes and let's get out of the gym.
That's right. Holding called on number 15, Quentin Anderson. That's his 4th foul. Not a good night for the Medicine Hat Mohawks. Carly Young going to the line.
That's his 5th foul.
Disqualifying.
Well, we're going to get 2 foul shots without a lineup, and then we'll go for 2 bonus situation, 1-on-1, so they'll line up. There's no possession after the technical. We have 9 minutes left, and Medicine Hat is losing. Has lost all their composure.
Both big men out, coach gone. Not much left for Medicine Hat.
Well, that's what happens, you know. Your coach is supposed to be there to control your players, and you know, let's face it. And Boris, you know, he's got to learn that they look up to him. You know, when things are going bad, the coach is the one that's got to keep calm. Now I know when you go against Tim Rawlinson, you're coaching. Sometimes other coaches think that Tim Senior gets away with a lot more than they do, and they try to, you know, even the scale. And sometimes Boris gets too excited, and maybe he was worried about that happening. But in all fairness, you know, when he got kicked out of the game, that wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
Hirsch is the one that took 2 technicals, but you know, he's got to be out there telling Hirsch to keep quiet. You know, and we wouldn't be in this situation.
I think that Boris also might have been out of the game a little sooner if number 10, Bill Bruce, hadn't controlled him in the first half there when he got his 2 technical fouls. He went in there and held him out. Otherwise, I think we might not even have been here for the second half.
And like we mentioned earlier about, it seems that so long ago that this is a tough situation for the refs to be in because the emotions are high. We've got a lot of game left to play, and you don't want anything to spark a situation, an incident, and I'm sure that's why the quick intentional fouls are being called.
Carly Young shooting the first foul shots, and Tim Rawlinson going in to finish him off. As Winston Churchill is leading 106-65. 107 now.
No, I'm not.
Carly Young draws a foul on number 4, Scott Anderson. That's his 4th foul also. So foul trouble is also coming in for the rest of the Medicine Hat players.
Well, for Young, that's point number 20. So like I said, he's had a pretty good game. I think they're going to hit that 116, that prediction you made. You notice I was smart. I didn't predict how much they're going to get. So I'll be right.
I should have just waited, yeah. Tim Rawlinson hits another 3. 60 big ones for Tim Rawlinson.
I think he's going to get the record.
You could see it right here, Channel 12. 62, Tim Rawlinson.
Wouldn't it be interesting if he can outscore Medicine Hat by himself? He's only down 3 right now, 62 points.
That's right. Foul on number 11, Chris Harris. It's the 2nd personal foul. Scott Anderson will again go to the line. Medicine Hat's foul shooting, besides Mike Hirsch, has not been up to par so far, as they've missed quite a few. 64. Unofficially 64.
That's right. Everything at this desk is unofficial.
That's right. Bill Bruce drives it. Holy cow. There's a charges call against Bill Bruce. And that is his 5th foul. He is gone from the game also. As the coach for Medicine Hat had to shut Bill Bruce up, otherwise he would have got a technical foul there also.
Well, I can tell you that's what they need right now. They need somebody out there to have a little bit of control. And, you know, I don't know what the assistant coach's name is, but he hasn't said one word to the refs. And every time one of his guys starts, you know, saying something, he makes sure he either pulls him by the jersey or puts his hand over his mouth like he did to Bruce that one time.
Yep.
I mean, there's no point there.
There's no point.
They're not going to win the game.
Yeah.
Let's face it. It's 8 minutes. It'd take a miracle. But when your best players are in the dressing room taking the shower, let's face reality. This game is.
The assistant coach for Medicine Hat, not sure of his first name. His last name is Whitehawk. He coached here at Winston Churchill 3 years ago, and now he's gone to Medicine Hat and he's doing assistant coaching there. So.
That would leave number 25. He's not even. Ryan Chan hasn't seen the floor in this game. I don't know. He must be injured.
He's a junior varsity player also, and he played fairly well in the JV game, and now he's getting some playing time with the varsity. Good experience for the young grade 11 kid, I do believe.
This is Tim Rawlinson. Next basket would pull him to within 1 of the record, unofficially, of course.
66 unofficial points for Mr. Rawlinson.
What do they need if he did it on a 3-pointer? But he's dishing off. As soon as he gets that 69th or 70th point, I bet he goes to the bench.
We could see it, unless his father would like to see him increase that mark to possibly 80. He's got the time to do it, and we could see it here. Coming into the game would be Cody Deuce, a relative of Norm Deuce. Big sports person here in Southern Alberta.
He's a big boy, too. He plays on the JV team, if I'm not mistaken. And he hasn't seen any playing time as well in this for the Mohawks, which is a surprise.
Especially since they could have used some bigger bodies inside there sometimes. Scott Anderson puts it up. It's no good. Tim Rawlinson for 3. He just did it. He unofficially tied the provincial record for scoring in 4A boys basketball, any high school basketball, as far as I know. Inside, Cody Deuce, 2 points. They could have used that all day long if they would have brought him in.
Well, we're going to see the record broken right here.
That's right.
3 foul shots.
3 foul shots for Tim as he is fouled by number 10. Oh, they've changed it. He's number 70. They've got tape over his jersey. I don't know if 70 is a legal number though, is it?
I don't know. Tonight it is.
To score like this, I don't think they're gonna be arguing it too much. As Tim Rawlinson has just broken the record for provincial high school boys. Quite an amazing feat.
Considering 6:35 is left to go in the game.
That is
I know
true.
when Bonnie broke his record, they barely won that game against LCI, and that went right down to the wire. But this one here, if
Tim Rawlinson has also just scored as many points as, or more than the Medicine Hat team by itself has scored. So, number 70, Kirk Nielsen, getting his own rebound and putting it in for 2 more points. Rejection by Scott Anderson as Tim Rawlinson looks for the 3-pointer to increase his total. He has 72 right now. Scott Anderson scores 2 more. As he has 9 points and looking to get double figures as well as his brother and Mr. Hirsch did. Foul on number 21. Matt Porter. He has played on the JV game and he did a very good job. The JV team is some of the fans questioning Rawlingson's timeout call.
Maybe you might not be too happy the way the offense is being ran right now. It's basically come down the floor, shoot one up there, and hopefully get the rebound.
With a score like this, it's a chance to run your offense and practice it for closer games that you might be having in the upcoming season.
Well, that's the thing too. You're exactly right there, especially for these guys that don't see too much playing time.
Yeah.
The worst thing that they can do is come out there and start, throwing up 3-pointers or not playing smart basketball, because come playoff time in the zones in the Sportsplex, they're going to have to go a little bit deeper in the bench, as that tournament is not only a grueling one physically but mentally, and it drains you. And
not putting Medicine Hat down, but this is an opportunity against half of a JV team that just finished playing a game and a little inexperience that they can run it and hopefully be successful on their offenses.
That's right. Well, you can't beat playing time for experience.
That's right. Going to the line is number 6. Or was it Churchill?
Sounds like a Smith. He's not on our sheet, so.
Looks like a Smith.
Yeah, I have a question for you, Ron. Here we got a situation. They're not going to lose the game. The record's broken. Would you have your star player out there?
If I was coaching right now.
Could be injury or something like that.
That's right. You always have to remember the injury factor. Now that he does have 72 points, that maybe in some situations coaches would look to maybe just go out and take him out. You never know what the possibilities are. But if I was Tim Rawlinson in this situation, I'd want to stay out there and just keep increasing. His records are always there to be broken, and might be a while before we see it done. And he'll be here next year also.
That's the thing. He's got another year and a half. Could that have been the record?
Maybe it was. Maybe we were unofficial on the score, but.
Obviously it is, the way they're reacting and the way Timmy's going to empty his bench.
We have him down to 74, so maybe we're just off by a couple, but it looks like he could be coming out now. We have 3 subs coming in for Mr. Churchill. 2 more points for Mr. Anderson, as he also hit double figures for the Mohawks. Underneath to Smith. It's no good. Medicine not controlling the ball now. 3-pointer. It's no good. Medicine Hat trying to work it inside, but it's no good. It keeps being deflected away. Tim Rawlinson is leaving the game.
Well, obviously he's got the record that he wanted, and a wise move to get him out of the game once he's got the record.
Yep.
We thought it was 69, and we had 74 points.
Recorded for him, so. 2 more points for Anderson. Shandy Toker trying to go out there and put little moves on. Jeff Locke gets 2 more, getting him to 8. Yes, he could hit double figures this game also. Anderson follows a shot outside. Potter puts it in for 2. Shandy Toker nonchalantly brings it down the floor. Over to Ryan Chan. Toker tries the left-handed. It's no good. Jeff Locke's fouled on the shot. He'll go to the line, looking to make his scoring figures to double figures.
Yeah, he's going to look to get to number 10. Situation here now. You played in the league when Bonnie scored his 69 points. What was the reaction as far as you guys were concerned?
It was unbelievable. There's no way that I could even see anyone like breaking 50 was remarkable. But going to 69 and winning. So we also played that night against Taylor W.R. Myers, and we knew that the game was going into LCI and between LCI and Raymond, and we kind of wanted to go watch that instead of play because we knew that we had a feeling that something was going to happen. Sure enough, it did.
Well, I can tell you this is a good indication of the way the league is this year. Any team can beat any other team. You know, Medicine Hat hasn't shown itself tonight. They do have weaknesses at guard, and of course Churchill, that's their power, is at the guard. And, you know, they just didn't match up well, but with other teams, they play well. Like, case in point, they've beaten Coaldale in Coaldale, and Coaldale in turn has beaten LCI, and LCI is, you know, theoretically supposed to be one of the best teams in the league. So it just gives you an indication on how tough they can be. And
this league is very close at this time with we have defensive teams like McGrath who have been holding even Raymond to less than 60 points, and we have the high-scoring teams like LCI and Winston Churchill who usually have been breaking 100. As long as Coaldale. Coaldale too has also been scoring quite the points.
yeah, see, Coaldale, they've beaten Cardston and LCI, two tough teams. McGrath, they've beaten Cardston and Raymond, two tough teams. They've had trouble with LCI, but, you know, Churchill hasn't beaten some of the big teams, but, you know, with a guy like Timmy Rollinson on your team, any night he could explode for 40, 50 points, and he could be the difference.
The leagues are always different. Like it's a whole new season once you hit the playoffs too. Because when I played in 1988 or '89, that is, when I was in grade 11, we played LCI twice in league and defeated them both times. They finished ahead of us in league because we were in third place. Yet we went to playoffs and double knockout. We lost to LCI both games, so with a chance to go to Provincial. So
yeah, it's always been that way. You know, some teams just don't play well against other teams. And, you know, I'm sure when Winston Churchill goes to Medicine Hat, or if they haven't done so already, if they go there, it'll be a different game because Medicine Hat, you know, they're in their own gym.
Yeah.
The fans are with them instead of
little different style of reffing too down in Medicine Hat is a little more loosely reffed.
And that makes a difference, especially for a team like Medicine Hat who are bigger. They play bigger.
Yep.
You know, they play a rougher style of ball. Not rougher, right? Physical, more physical. Rougher is not a good word.
Medicine Hat brings the ball back down the floor. We have 2.5 minutes remaining in the game. As Anderson makes two more. He's up to 15 points in this game.
Notice how well he's played since
his brother's been gone.
You know, if anything's to be positive about this game for Medicine Hat, is the way he's played. You know, he's kind of taking control here and taking charge, at least of the offensive side of the board.
Somebody's got to do it out there for Medicine Hat, and he's been doing a pretty good job so far. Finger roll is no good for Adams. Deuce gets the ball, no good. Medicine Hat continue to rebound in there pretty strong. Not much effort or hustle in there though. But Deuce will be going to the line to shoot too.
He's tired. He did a lot of work that time.
Bet he jumped about 10 times there. Getting his own rebounds every time.
All that to go to the foul line, eh?
Yeah. He'll feel better if he makes these two. Gotta put a little more arc in, maybe a little more power behind it if he's gonna cash this one. Maybe come up a few feet short on that. Good experience for him too.
Go figure, eh? He misses it completely and then gets nothing but net.
technical foul to Don Huber. Winston Churchill can't handle the pressure as there's a jump ball between him and Deuce. Deuce will go to the line and shoot fouls.
And you know, that's a good call because this game, since the 6-minute mark, has been cleanly played. The guys realized that enough's enough.
Yeah.
And Huber, he got excited, threw the ball at the guy's feet. I mean, he could have started something pretty serious, you know. Number 25's, you know, Deuce isn't a small guy.
Big
you know,
boys.
And he could have got upset and just went right after him. So
He's over 6 feet and he's got to be right around 200 pounds. And I'm sure he can throw his weight around too. Probably a football player for the Mohawks in Medicine Hat. I know he's big enough. Minute 40 remaining in the ballgame. Winston Churchill leading 132 to 89 as he has hacked big time. Huber going to go to the line and shoot a couple foul shots. That's number 11. Jason Adams picks up his first personal foul of the game. Quite amazing. He's a big kid. He should be in there getting boards, but yet he doesn't have any fouls. This Huber is no good on his first attempt. Huber going again. Bricks another one. You know, Medicine Hat scored 89 points this game.
Yeah, how would
Most
you
teams would like to score 89 points. They're scoring 89 and losing, and most teams don't even score 89 and win.
I'm sure when they go back to work, you know, or practice this week, the defense will be the big key. They work a lot on their defense.
Yeah.
You know, they came down south, they went road trip. They always play 2 games and they split, so they got to be happy about that.
Anytime you can split on road series is pretty good. It's Nathan Forsyth. Kind of a questionable call as he called it after the play.
He's ejecting them from the game as well.
Kind of hesitant on the call there, whereas Max Zog is kind of waited for Tim Rawlingson to jump up and give a good yell.
Now we have 43 seconds left.
As he is ejected from the game also, Jason Adams, even though he only had 1 foul this game, he gets the old boot. Nathan Forsyth goes to the line. Makes his first one. 43 seconds remaining in the game. 135 to 89. 136.
This might be a tape that the league officials might want to get a hold of, you know. Situation here. It's not a professional sport, but, you know, things are getting out of hand, and the
Medicine Hat may choose to call this game or something.
Well, it's not just that. I mean, there's absolutely no discipline on behalf of Medicine Hat. I mean, the assistant coach has done a great job considering what he's been dealt with.
Yes,
but
what he's been left to handle.
Absolutely no discipline. And right now, Boris Grishnitz is in the stands giving it to the refs. I mean, he's not doing anything to put this situation down and put it to rest. He's fueling it, if anything. And a situation like that, you don't need that in this league.
3-point attempt is airballed by Nathan Forsyth. Possible foul on his 3-point shot there. 30 seconds left. You want to get this game over with. You don't want to be having stoppage in plays. Porter misses his 3-point attempt. Smith drives at the line. Huber is fouled on his drive.
you see what else is happening too. And you know what? This is another indication why someone should get a hold of this tape. I mean, there's absolutely no respect out here. And you've got a guy, number 70, who hasn't played the whole game for Medicine Hat, doing absolutely dumb things and showing up the officials. And what are the officials going to do?
Yep.
You know, they just want to get out of here, and they don't need stuff like that.
Scott Heaver makes his foul shot. 15 seconds remaining in the game. 138-89 for Winston Churchill. 3-point attempt, no good. As the Winston Churchill Bulldogs defeat Medicine Hat Mohawks 138-89.
Well, the star of the game, of course, Timmy Robinson breaking the high school scoring record for basketball.
You saw it here tonight.
You know, Mike Hirsch had a great game when he was in the game. He had 30 points, but a pretty good job, Ron. We should give thanks to this entire CATV technical crew who have helped us out, and we'll see you another time.